Grant, or as we like to call him, CMG, and Greg Keller, or as we like to call him, Kilbasi Fan 73. So you guys are both actors and writers, as I am.
As yourself.
As I am. Dutch masters and paradox of the urban cliché. So, that was acting. And to illustrate why now I am trying to be a writer as well.
My play is about two young men who meet on the train.
Which train?
The D train, the Uptown D train.
Okay.
And find that they have more in common than they thought. I don't, without saying too much.
Don't say too much.
Yeah.
It's about a guy who gets kidnapped and then put into a room that he can't get out of and asks existential questions. But it's a love story too.
And it takes place on the D train. Well, it's on the D train also?
Well, no. It takes place mostly in the head.
Will you be rehearsing at all on the D train? Both of these plays started at the LAByrinth Summer Intensive. Is that correct?
Yes. I wrote more in the 3 days prior to my reading at the intensive than I did the 6 months before the intensive.
Well, you have to have something.
And I wrote some of my greatest stuff at the intensive.
I like writing in that, one, you don't have to wait for somebody to ask you to do it.
Right.
And you get to be creative in a different way.
You were just made a member.
I was. I interned at Lab many years ago.
I remember.
Maybe 7, something like that.
I would say 7 is a safe bet.
And I've just been hanging around as a Lab groupie. They, invited me back to some intensives, and it's an amazing thing.
Do you feel that now that you're a writer, a playwright, as well as an actor, it's easier to get girls? It helps me.
There's so many, too.
I have a questioning mind. Hi, welcome back. There's been some controversy about your birth certificates, that you guys are foreign born, and that you may have interests in foreign powers.
Well, I saw Our Lady on 121st Street.
Who wrote that?
Stephen Adly Geergis.
Stephen Adly Geergis.
Pretty good.
And I was pretty blown away by it. And then I proceeded to read everything that Stephen had written. And just Lab in general, was doing this work about New York, with New York people, about New York themes. That was very exciting to me.
Right.
Geergis is a big influence on me as a writer.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I first joined the company, Stephen had expressed to me how much he enjoyed me as a poet. And, I was like, really? I didn't even know you knew my work. And he just started quoting stuff.
Wow.
And I just was blown away by that. And I was like, well, this guy, this great writer, is telling me he likes my stuff. Then maybe I need to, take a look at it.
And also going to the intensive and seeing so many actors write and try sort of write their first things where you're anticipating I can't write. Somebody will yell at me and everybody loves it and it's brilliant and everybody's so supportive. It really
Where do you write and what do you wear?
Speaking of Rakim, I heard once that he used to get in the mood to write rhymes by going into his basement and just putting on one light above the desk. And I thought that was cool, but I don't do that.
I love writing in public.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's all these characters walking in front of you.
The Cherry Pit, ladies
Pit.
and gentlemen, is 155 Bank Street. I believe it's the old Bank Street Theater.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So Time Warner is the lead sponsor
of the new play development at LAByrinth
Theater Company.
Please
visit them
us
and us
at www.labtheater.org.